Why? Let me asking you questions. Why the 200 hostage held by the Hamas? How many people died in the Gaza? How many buildings was bombed up by the Israel armies? How many people? How many people died in the Gaza? Over 10,000. Millions of people lose their homes. Why? Why? Why the Hamas hold only 50 people hostage and do not release them? Because Hamas gets the direction from the Iran. Iran asked Hamas hold the hostage, gave the Israel the perfect excuse to occupy whole Gaza land. The Gaza land is the first step of the Israel to remove the Palestine from this world. The first step is Gaza land. Second step is Western Bank. Okay. The Israel want to do that is a fully conflict with Iran. Hamas is an agent of the Iran. Gaza war is a proxy wars. Gaza war is a proxy wars. There's two big boss sitting behind. United States back Israel, and Iran, China back Hamas, right? So
it's finished today.
The cease war is not. Cease war is just temporarily. Maybe 6 weeks later, the war we will resume. The war we will resume.
Start again.
Because Israel haven't finished this task. Israel will occupy whole Gaza land, and then they will kill all the people on the Gaza land. They only need the land. They only need land. The people in the Gaza is sacrificed. They will sacrificed by the Iran and China. So Iran was a long time under the international sanctions for the over 50 years. 50 years. So Iran's economy totally depend on the China. So China was international strategies to use Iran, use Ukraine war, Gaza wars to distract United States and NATO's force.
Now Trump is there, there's no war. That's why there's a ceasefire, yeah? Is that correct? Now Trump
No, I don't believe that Trump's policy is increase tariff. Trump's policy is to take over the Panama Canal and Greenland. Trump's policy will force China to the corner. Trump will make China lose a lot of the financial power in the world. If China was be forced to the corners, what China will do? They will turn to the wars. They will turn to the Taiwan war. Even they will turn to the Iran, turn to the Russia to provide more support to Iran. Let Iran have the fully conflict with Israel. That's I said that is Middle East theaters in the United States and China strategical competition. Middle East theaters. The Europe already have the Ukraine war. Ukraine war is Europe theaters. So then, if Trump push too much on the communist China, Beijing government on the corners, and China's economy already go down, the housing market is collapsed, and the stock market is collapsed. A lot of people lose a lot of monies. China economy have the big problem now. The potentially the big bomb over there.
So where?
In the economy in China economy. So China, if under the Trump's administration, Trump's government, they make too much, increase too high tariff, makes China lose too much on the economy, the trade wars. So China will turn to the real war. They will start the Taiwan wars. Taiwan Strait become the very critical now. You know.
a lot of assertion, not a lot of evidence behind what you're asserting.
Yeah, 2027.
2027.
Yeah, 2027 is the deadline for the Xi Jinping to make the announcement that they will take the. Why Taiwan was a legitimate problem for
Why
China.
27?
27 is an announcement by Chinese national document. Is it 2022 or 2021? Is it before the second terms of the Xi Jinping gets the president? They announced the documents, the national security and the strategical documents. That is, yeah, they say 2027. Probably, yeah, since 2027 to 2029. 2029. That's 2023 to 2028, 2029. That is the finish of the third terms of the Xi Jinping's presidency.
Depends on the balance
Yeah.
of forces. And it's things like that, they don't decide.
But you know,
2 years ago,
China,
3 years ago.
Communist China, Beijing government prepared Taiwan war over 75 years. From the beginning of the foundation of the People's Republic of China, they were prepared the Taiwan wars. You know, the Taiwan,
So no rush.
no rush, but it's timing. Timing is coming. Time is coming.
You got,
Yeah.
you got an erratic president in America. Just bide your time, let him flush himself out.
Yes, we know that the Trump government is totally different with the previous United States president. He was a very special policy, very special the policy to treat their allies. Even Trump have make trouble with NATO. Trump make trouble with UK. Trump make trouble with everyone, even the Mexico and Canada. But at the same time, Trump will make trouble with China in the economy, and real estate market in China was already collapsed. You know, when I was in China,
Is that a bad thing?
it's not bad things, but for the people, we lose confidence.
Those people who are making money out of property. But what about those people who buy a cheaper property?
You know, when I was in Beijing, I buy 2 apartments. In that times, no people expect the price, the apartment price will go down. If it go down, all the people become panic. All the people become panic. Those people borrow a lot of money from bank. They buy the house, they buy the apartment, they buy 10, even
But if they've got
15,
if they've got
even
money- if they've got
15
money to buy
apartment
many
flight.
apartments, it means they're not in desperate straits.
They buy that
But
from.
I'm saying if they have money to buy other apartments, then they're not in economic difficulty. It's a speculative thing. They're buying it to make money, isn't it?
Yes, when the people lose the confidence on the real estate market,
But that's only
people will stop buying.
And that's a part of the population.
Yes,
Another part of the population doesn't have property.
most of the wealthy people, most of the rich people, they believe
Right,
the house, flat was the best place to put your money over there,
They were wrong.
because they will increase the price is
But they were
continue increasing.
They're wrong.
But if the people, you know, a lot of the Chinese people was get education from the kids from kids, they are brainwashed, follow the Chinese government's the policy. China government says the market, the real estate market will keep booming.
Look,
So the people get
There's
inside.
nothing to do about that in the world. In England, every 15 years this happens.
Yeah, you're right.
In England,
Yeah,
always,
in the United
every
States
15
always
years,
happen.
Property boom. Everyone thinks it's going to go on forever, then it collapses.
But you know,
Property boom. Everyone thinks it's going to go on forever, then collapse. It
but
happens every
difference
15,
is
20 years, you know.
the difference is China never experienced the frustrated the go down of the real estate market. Never
Wow.
experienced in the before.
Wow.
Yeah. So
they have.
yeah, UK and United States people, they experience the market go down, but China never experienced
But
that.
don't forget, millions of people have moved to the cities. A lot of them get subsidized housing. A lot of them get even cheap rental housing. It's millions and millions of people. In Britain, we don't build houses, but in China, they're building all the time.
Yeah.
It's a different situation.
Build
Most,
houses.
when I was in China in 1990, most people had apartment. An average space in an urban area was about 2 meters, 2.5 meters per person. Now the average space is 35 meters.
You're right. You're right. In the
So
past
people
40
also-
years.
people also think about housing. You got to think one layer, yes, small layer, maybe 10% have lost because of this, but another because of the house price collapse, but another 30% have got somewhere to live now they never had before. So the poor people, the lower middle class, and the poor,
As I know
they
that
have benefited.
80% of the people live in the city.
Yeah, yeah.
They have the house. They have the own house
you go.
because China have the reformation for the housing systems. Previously, in the 40 years before, all the house was a public owned. Public ownership. No people have the private ownership of the house. But in the past 40 years, all the house was sold to the personal. You have the personal ownership.
All right, but
Yeah.
in China, as I understand it, in the urban areas,
Urban
it's more-
area.
it's more than 80% home ownership. More than 80%.
Now it's over
Okay,
19% of 19%.
Britain has had capitalism from the 15th, 16th century, yet less than 70% own their property.